It's an early morning at the ferry terminal.
And we got up and we just hit the road to be here. The ferry doesn't actually leave.
Like another hour and a half.
Oh, I don't know. I can't do time zone math in my head before coffee. But it was early. We got here early.
Like 1.5 hours different. It's also screwy. Coffee,
so
breakfast.
We just figured we'd get here and then we'd have some time waiting in line to have our coffee, have our breakfast, feed the dogs. What you're waiting for. You're waiting. Are you hungry? Let's get your food. Come on, let's get
Where's your
food.
food? Where's your food?
food?
Is it in here?
It's in there.
Is that it?
Yeah. Ready? Turn it up. Turn it up. Move down. Shake it. Shake the other one. Yes. Come on. Yup. Okay. Good boy. Alrighty, we're on board.
It's nestled in here.
Alright guys, you behave. Oh, do you want to crack a window for him?
Nestled in here. Ooh, these steps are non-standard.
I just messed up too. I was like, what is wrong with me?
You can't watch.
I can't do stairs.
Oh, goodness.
Here we go. Oh yeah.
First off.
Yeah.
Oh, there he goes.
Wow, there's two of them.
Oh, I think there's like
Oh, I can see them both.
the white. Yeah.
There it is. Oh! Got a full roll out of him. Oh, the tail is just flopping around. Look at that. Caleb, look at the lens. Look at here. He's just slapping the water continuously. Look at that. Just hanging upside down. What are they doing?
Get right out there.
It's just,
Tail.
it's still doing it.
Jumped out of
Try it.
the water.
There's a. I don't know. He's hanging upside down. You look like you're drunk. Did you survive? Hey, that's Caitlin. Did you survive, guys? How'd you like the ferry ride? Did you get seasick? Oh, there's a pile of yuck there. That was a Luna vomit. Boy, she's not the best traveler. to Newfoundland. We've been here a couple days now, mainly taking some downtime. This trip has been so much fun, but also
we've been traveling like every single day.
A bit exhausting. So we found ourselves an amazing spot on a beach here at the northern tip of Newfoundland, and we got out the toys. We paddle boarded, we scooted around.
Yes.
We've just been really enjoying and rebooting. But we are about to start traveling on Newfoundland itself now.
Yes, we needed to rest up so that we could tackle this island, because everybody's been saying how gorgeous it is.
It's already been gorgeous. We've actually hiked already. We've seen whales. Whales were jumping off the ferry. Whales were rolling around off the first night we spent here. It's just been amazing so far. But today we're going to head further north to the most northern point of the island, to where there has been some Viking history. A Viking spot. I don't know. We're going to go and find out.
It's the L'Anse aux Meadows National Historic Site. There we go.
Lovely day for a walking tour. Oh wow, I didn't know you could go in them. Oh, they got it figured out in here. But also keep you warm. Keep the warmth in. It's nice, huh?
Yeah, nice to have a fire after being cold and wet. Still wet, but now I'm at least not cold.
This would have been the forge. Big old rock. Nut. So I didn't really know what to expect, but this is a replica of what they found here. This basically was an archaeological site discovered in the 60s, similar to Red Bay that we visited earlier. They used both research and then physically came to the area that they had found writings about and asked around and said, hey, is there anything unusual with the ground around here? Any low walls or something? And the locals were like, yeah, we've got a site we call the Indian site down here. And they went down and started digging it up, and they basically discovered it wasn't Indian or Aboriginal or Native, but Norse. And this is really the first known settlement of Europeans. Quite fascinating and really neat that they reconstructed what they found here. So what we're seeing is, to the best of the archaeologists' knowledge, how it was actually built. These are like a peat side wall with like wood driven into them, and then the wood would have been local. We've got a couple actors recreating kind of what it would be like. I've been asking a lot of questions. It's kind of fascinating, but they didn't live here very long. In a 20-year period that they were here, they only spent about 10 years here. The conditions were very challenging. Overwintering here was challenging. And then eventually the relations with the natives, the Aboriginals, the Indians that were already here, soured, and they didn't come back. Well, actually, they moved to Iceland primarily, and then they kind of moved to Greenland, but there are no resources in Greenland. So they came here looking for wood and walrus and other resources to send back to Greenland, but I guess it just didn't really work out for the long term.
So this area the Norse called Vinland, and that Vin, it would indicate grapes or something. So there are no grapes here, but that gave hints to other settlements further along the Gulf of St. Lawrence, as far in as New Brunswick, where there are wild grapes. So they think that the Norse came all the way through here and gathered resources from this whole area that they refer to as Vinland, to bring back to the settlements in Greenland and in Iceland. And they came here in like 1 to 3 year expeditions. So they did about 3 or 4 of those, they think, over the 20-year period, staying here for about 3 years and then leaving. So even though the site was here and active for about 20 to 30 years, they're guessing it was only active for about 10 of those years that they actually spent here.
So we just wrapped up the Norse tour. We're on our way south now. This island is really quite large. There's so much to do here. We're just gonna roll with it and see what we see. Onward south to, I think, our first stop, Grossmorn National Park, and then onward to whatever we find in the south end of Newfoundland. What did you find? Rhombolytes or living rocks? So these weird shaped structures behind me here are what they're calling thrombolites, which are some of the most rare fossils on this planet. These represent a form of bacteria that originally created these over 650 million years ago. Some of the oldest life forms on this planet created these rocks. And you could see them here and in Western Australia. And that's about it. Really fascinating. Well, we have heard these might not actually be thrombolites, but strombolites, which is similar, but these look a little different. Whatever they are, they're extremely rare and really cool here in Flower Cove, Newfoundland. So these oceanside spots are amazing, but we're getting so salty.
Good morning from Port Ochoy. We're not sure if we're saying that correctly. It's a National Historic Site, and there's a lighthouse out here that we're gonna go check out. We actually got here in the dark last night, and we really try not to do that because it rarely ends well. Everything's so much scarier in the dark when you're pulling into an unknown spot. But we drove out here last night, saw some foxes, which was cool, but everything was closed. So we're coming back today to see if we can see the caribou that are said to hang out near this lighthouse.
Don't go down there. Solar, come. I don't know, he's trying to go down this cliff. Solar, come here. Come on. Yay!
Hey, Nuna. You're gonna flop in disgrace. Oh, yeah.
Whoa! Ha-ha! Up, climb the rocks, buddy. Climb the rocks, buddy. There's a view.
This is pretty much the entire coastline of Grossmorn National Park. And it's probably the biggest national park on Newfoundland. And we're gonna be going there next.
This is the Cow's Head. We're on an island connected by a little isthmus. I don't think it does anything anymore. I think it's shorter than the trees.
I could shoot out right there. That one direction.
Is this
Cute.
the cutest little lighthouse in the woods?
He's cute. Look at, I'm like.
You're taller than the door. Oh, it's adorable. Cow's Head Lighthouse. It's crazy rocks, huh? And dirty, but I mean, we were flagged down by a lady behind us because we accidentally lost our water bin. Luckily it went in the ditch and not in the road, but everything was splayed out. I'm guessing that hose is gonna leak now. We forgot to latch it in place. That was a mistake that usually I see in the rearview mirror, but for some reason we just, you know, stuff happens.
Remember you and I would always find somewhere to hide when we were kids, so we could see and hear the water run. The river's gonna cry when you're gone. Where will you go?
Spending the night in an abandoned fishing town.
We're gonna do this little hike up to this point. It's supposed to be geologically significant. So we're gonna go check it out.
This is a Cambrian or Ordovician boundary. This is some wild shale. Squiggly rock. Gosh, be careful. There are chunks falling off.
This it's like perfectly curved tile, like
you're appreciating it for its beauty.
appreciating it for its beauty. I want this in my bathroom. No, it's so cool.
It is incredible.
And it's rounded in these layers. Like, what is it doing?
And then look at these broken chunks here. Look at this. Look at this. You got like perfect squares out of it.
It's so cool.
And then you get some colors, some fractures, and then all this detail, this crazy little micro details.
And it gets so razor sharp on some of these.
And then look at this. And then we got this stuff going on. This is like total conglomerate.
What is going on here?
I think this is the point. Like, there's probably more around the corner even. You gotta step back out here and look at it. It's incredible. Isn't it?
Really cool.
Wow. You can hear the rocks falling out of it too. Like it's eroding really fast.
You're standing on my toe.
What do you think?
Girl.
You getting treats or something? Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You can see you can see you're getting treats. Geologists have been here. Oh, that's a view.
Hey, I was hoping you would stay, but I've always known that you would go and find your own way. I still see when we climbed up in those trees, 12 years old, to feel the wind and watch the river run. And the sun would always shine when we sat there, you and I.
So this has been a neat little stay. We are in basically an abandoned fishing village. We had a gentleman who actually grew up in this little tiny little niche of a fishing village tell us that they were actually relocated. Many of the little tiny towns along the coasts of this island were relocated from their original homes because the government was trying to put people in more population centers because it's so hard to service these communities. And they were relocated a long time ago, and it basically destroyed all the fishing that was happening in here. But there is one fisherman left, and it's his brother, and he still comes here only in the summers. This is not an actual town anymore. It is a fishing camp, if you will. And he still fishes here, and we've spent some time learning more about modern fishing. If you don't know the story about the cod and the collapse and the moratoriums of the past here, it's a fascinating tale. But it was supposed to control primarily the big fishing companies, but it also destroyed the small local fishermen. And it's extremely hard for an individual fisherman to continue doing what they're doing. And there's one guy left, And he runs out of this little fishing camp. And it's been so neat to just spend a night here, get to sort of reminisce on what it might have been like to live here and learn more about what's currently going on with the fishing here in Newfoundland.
So today's adventure is all about Grossmoor National Park. This park, we've been told, you can basically spend 2 weeks or entire summer exploring it. It's very beautiful with some very iconic hikes and some very amazing geological formations.
Grossmoor takes its name from the tallest peak on Newfoundland, Grossmoor Mountain, translating the Great Sombre in French, but basically large mountain is kind of what they said. And there is so much, it's such a big park. And we already saw a little bit of the geology at Green Point, which was incredible. But today we're gonna go hike a very unique area of the park called Tablelands.
Another really awesome part about this area is that there's mountains basically right up to the sea, and the Grossmoor Mountain is a part of the Long Range Mountains, which is kind of a remnant of the Appalachia Mountains. So
an extension.
Yeah.
If you kind of look at a map, it extends up and beyond and kind of into Newfoundland.
Yes, so there's a lot of gorgeous cliffs going right up to the ocean. There's lighthouses, there's the quaint Newfoundland charm of the towns in this area, so we're really excited to be here to explore.
One of the most famous things is probably the Western Brook Pond, which is basically what we saw briefly a couple days ago. So originally this was a thrust fissure, a crack in the basically rising mountains, and then glaciation filled it in and eroded it. Once the glaciers melted, this was all sea. That became fjord, and then as the sediment filled in this area and the land rose from the weight of the glacier being gone, then it filled in and turned that into a giant trapped lake up in the fjord, basically. But you have to take a boat tour to do that. Unfortunately, they're all booked out since we've been here.
So plan ahead if that's something that's really important to you.
But we are all about kind of the out of the way a little bit. So that's why we're going to drive an hour to the very south end of this park and hike Tablelands. There's Grossmoor. Doing that. Too busy.
Too busy.
So now we can see Tablelands out there. It looks kind of like a desert, they say.
It's orange versus all the other gray and green. It's crazy.
We're 300 meters high. We gotta get to the bottom.
The Tablelands hike. We've got about 2 kilometers in before we go off trail.
Well, it's so green on this side and so brown on this side. And that's part of what's driven us to come here, is why.
Yes, so we're learning as we go, but basically the rocks over here are from a plate tectonic upheaval that happened like 500 billion years ago
And these are actually rocks from the upper mantle below the Earth's crust. So not a lot can grow on it, and it kind of looks like a barren alien landscape.
There's not a lot of places in the world where the mantle of the Earth is actually exposed like this.
No, so this is pretty cool. I think.
This is the flower, I think.
Yeah.
That's just the flower, and then
But
these are the pitchers.
Are down here, and they
They trap insects.
trap insects in there.
A carnivorous plant.
It's the provincial plant of Newfoundland, and they're very well suited to bogs, which we've noticed there's one or two of those here on the island.
Seen quite a few of these. What is
They
that?
also
What is
do
that?
very well in nutrient-poor soils, which here in the tableland, it's very nutrient-poor. So they rely on the insects to help get their nutrients.
Is it fitting that Newfoundland has a carnivorous plant? What does that say about Newfoundlanders? Are you meditating on the mantle?
I'm meditating on the mantle.
It really is incredible. Are we on Mars or Arizona? No, tablelands.
In Newfoundland.
So as Caitlin said earlier, this is the mantle, but it's a very specific type of rock called peridotite, or a metamorphized version called serpentite, which is this right here.
Serpentite.
Serpentite. And this rock is basically the mantle, but it has a lot of metal content, iron, and that is why it looks like Mars here.
Because it's rusting.
It's rusting, but it also has other metals, and it basically makes it toxic. So very, very few plants can actually grow in this. Hence the terrain. It's incredible to walk through. The serpentite looks like this. Serpentite looks like this with the white cracks, and the non-metamorphized version is basically orange, and when it's broken open it looks green or blackish on the inside.
Called that way serpentite because of its snake-like skin look and texture.
It feels kind of like
Waxy,
scaly. It's pretty cool. This could be hundreds of years old. Ooh. No, don't fall. Make sure they don't move with every step. It's tiny. Oh, it's so firm. It's just a little tiny moss. And it's so cute. Really firm. Ghost flowers, Caitlin might call it.
Very happy one.
Gosh, that's wild looking. It really does look like you're practicing for Mars. It's wild. Huh? I said it looks like you're practicing for Mars. It's wild. Wild. Like water on Mars.
So cool.
From this angle, this water looks purple. That's so cool. I guess red plus blue. Did you know these juniper plants can be hundreds of years old because they grow so slow? When life is this hard. Oh, we found an area of life. Mars. Earth. Mars. I loved Tablelands. I thought it was so cool, so different. And I think that's kind of what I wanted out of today's hike. We do love to go see the beautiful scenery, but I also love to learn something and see something different.
Yes,
and
we also like to get away from the crowds a little bit too.
They say Tablelands is one of the best places to see the Earth's mantle in the world. Now, we may have seemed like we really knew our stuff, but we actually had a trail guide. Parks Canada has an app, and you can download these guides ahead of time, and they talk and have little videos, and we didn't have any cell service, so it was fantastic. We learned all that stuff, and just overall, highly recommend Tablelands. We off-roaded up this trail and found an amazing campsite for the night.
So we can see the backside of where we just hiked. So that's pretty cool. Got a view of the Tablelands here.
So I think we're gonna turn in and have a nice quiet night and listen. Myself a baked apple martini, and there's one of the baked apples. Sure enough, that is what we saw on that trail. Could have eaten it.
We would have been fine.
I guess that's why they call them tables. Very flat. So we've wrapped up at Grossmore National Park, and that place is enormous. We just barely scratched the surface of it, but Tablelands, man, it was just so cool.
If you couldn't tell, Tom was really jazzed. But I really loved it too. Like, don't discount that. Like, I thought it was really cool too. I just don't nerd out quite as hardcore as Tom does.
So we're going to wrap up this video here. It's been about a week on Newfoundland for us already. It's amazing so far. We've absolutely been loving it. Thank you, buddy. But we've also realized this place is so big. So we're going to head over.
Is gigantic. And we like thought like, oh, we're going to be there like 2 weeks. We'll be able to like go everywhere. Nope.
We do have another week plus a little bit on the island though, so we're gonna go see some other cool things kind of on the other end of the island. I'm sure a lot more adventures to be had. As always, thank you so much for joining us here on Morton's on the Move. Subscribe, hit that like button.
In the next video.
All right, bye everyone.
Bye.